Good afternoon and welcome to the latest episode of Print21, the weekly video news bulletin for the Australia and New Zealand print industry. This episode sponsored by Spices, creating solutions together. Printers are being urged to ensure their cyber security is at the highest possible levels, as TMA was the subject of a cyber attack on one of its technology divisions this week. However, Anthony Karam, CEO of TMA, said, "Our businesses continue to operate. There was no interruption to manufacturing, to warehousing or logistics." TMA is a major print group with multiple operating entities, but the attack was focused on one of TMA's car parking technology divisions, and Karam says any danger has now passed. Calling on printers to make sure they are managing their cybersecurity, Kelly Northwood, CEO of the Visual Media Association, echoed the thoughts of the entire print industry. She said it's a disgrace that hackers can try and do this to a business. In response to the attempt, the VMA is urging all members to remain highly vigilant, to review and update their cybersecurity policies, and to ensure incident response protocols are current and robust. The VMA said any print businesses that had not reviewed their cybersecurity in the last 6 months need to do so. Vic Galati, owner of Southwest Sydney-based Westman Printing, has bought the beleaguered Reacon Group as its print operation. Reacon Australia and sister company mailing house MMW 3 Degrees are in administration. Galati became a director of Reacon Group on Monday when previous owners Jahangir Khan and his wife resigned. Reacon Australia was put into administration a day later, as was the sister company MMW 3 Degrees. Print21 understands it's Galati who has funded the administrator, Cathro Partners. He's pushing for a DOCA, but at least two creditors want the companies liquidated and went to court on Friday seeking a winding up order. After the registrars spent time attempting to untangle the matter with 4 sets of lawyers representing various parties, he adjourned the case until 9th of May, and that's going to be a week before the proposed second meeting of creditors. Controversial mother and son duo Wendy and Matthew Chadwick, the former owners of Sunshine Coast-based operation Express Print and Mail, have fronted court over a $365,000 damages bill from their former landlords. John and Luella Schlacht, the landlords of the Cunda Park building that the Chadwicks moved Express Print and Mail into 5 years ago, as ownership of their business changed hands between mother and son and back again. They claim the Chadwicks reneged on cost agreements over renovations to Cunda Park and damaged the building. The 10-day judge-only court case is now over, with judgment on the merits of the damages claim to be made by the judge. The Chadwicks could be up for north of $700,000 if the judgment goes against them, when the damages bill, legal fees for the case, which had barristers and solicitors on both sides, court costs and other fees are totted up. The Chadwicks have already been ordered to pay the Schlacks $100,000 by the court as a result of them delaying the case from court in November by changing their defence. The court proceedings, well, they've been an eye-opener, with penetrating questions and strong accusations raised by the barrister for the landlords over various business dealings of the duo, including with the Harvey Bay business they bought from Chris Krieger, with the liquidator of one of the Chadwick companies that briefly owned the Express Print and Mail business, and with the former MBE franchise business, part owned by Wendy Chadwick, and with the ownership structure of Express Print and Mail. At one point, the barrister asked the Chadwicks why they told the judge, his Honour Ken Barlow KC, that Express Print and Mail was not hopelessly insolvent when it had no assets and $3.8 million worth of debts. The country's biggest regional newspaper publisher, Australian Community Media, is switching all its remaining print titles to Saturday-only printing. The move to one printed edition a week will take place over the next 7 years as the company focuses on a digital future. ACM publishes 65 newspapers, the majority in New South Wales, with major titles including the Canberra Times, the Newcastle Herald and the Illawarra Mercury, all of which will move to Saturday only in print, but daily in digital online versions. When ACM bought the regional newspaper portfolio from Fairfax, it also inherited 9 print sites, most of which is now closed down or sold off, as it followed an outsourced contract printing strategy. The old Launceston print facility, which closed last year and has remained silent ever since, has actually just been sold, with the 2,600 square metre site fetching $3.5 million. That's it for this week's episode of Print21. Go to print21.com for all these stories in depth and more. You'll find them there on the industry's only print news website. Thanks to our sponsor, Spices, creating solutions together. Enjoy your Easter break. This is Wayne Robinson, editor of Print21, signing off.